Can I have, could my two sisters come up? Linda and Kimbo? Yes, thank you. This is very, very sweet of them. Thank you. I'm all the way from Charlotte today. I'm a lucky brother. Haven't always known that, haven't always shown that, but I do know it now, known it for some time. Have two wonderful sisters and lots of great memories, like some of you all. Lots of great memories of growing up with them and grateful for them. And this is just a very nice thing for them to do. And can we, oh look, there's tears.
No.
Well, I can't tell you how grateful I am for them and for you all. This is very, very nice of you. Those hot dogs are $3 a piece. Y'all, I don't mean to hold you up here. Y'all go be comfortable or whatever. You gonna introduce me?
I think I am, and I'm not really sure how to go about this other than not only are you my brother, but you represent my heart in a conservative fashion. Carl Mumpower, running for a Republican 11th District Congressional seat, our only conservative voice in the 11th District. And I hope our prayers and our good wishes, not just for Carl, but our country are with him. We love you, and you go. Okay, well, Kimberly's in tears.
I'm just so proud of him, and really wish that his parents could have been here, our parents could have been here to see you, and just how wonderful, what a wonderful man you turned out to be.
Thank you, Kimberly. We lost our mother much too early. She was actually about my age when we lost her to cancer. And I'd give my eye tooth to have her here with us today, see that face. She was a sweet, dear lady brought up over in Burnsville. I'm going to cut that hour and a half down to a few minutes, and then maybe there might be a question or two, and I think questions are one of the better ways to figure out whether someone is shooting straight with you or not. So I hope you'll feel free as I say a thought or two, share a thought or two, write down a question on a napkin and challenge me and give me some tough questions. I want to start with Mrs. Yelton. I want her to give me the first one when that question time comes up. I've wondered about Don for a long time, where he got all that spunk and energy. And then I met his mom, and I understood. I am Carl Mumpower. I'm running for Congress as a Republican. More importantly, as a conservative, a real conservative. Now, you may have heard my name before. I'm that guy in Asheville City Council who, if you watch it at all or heard it at all, I'm the 6'1" guy. I'm the one guy. I am proud of being that one. Now, I'm not that one because I'm stubborn, or I just like to say no. I'm that one because Asheville has the most liberal, one of the most, if not the most liberal city council in North Carolina. And I vote no because of most of the things that come before us. They take a very, very liberal position, which includes things like wasting other people's money, teaching people to be dependent on big government, and just that concept, big government. I think one of the things that concerns so many of us, you get a choice in this world. You can have big people or you can have big government, but you can't have both. You'll never have both. When the bigger government gets, the smaller we get. And if you don't believe that, has anybody got a pay stub with them? Take a look at your pay stub and think about what you're spending. Come in the house.
Go on in.
That's good time. Let's give this man a hot dog. How are you, sir? You've met before. I'm Carl Mumpower. Very nice of you. Nice of you to be here, sir. My sister thinks the world of this gentleman. Yeah, big government or big people? I believe in big people. I believe in resisting big government. I like to keep it down there where it belongs, where it's careful with people's money and does the things that it should do. Now, people ask me, and it may pass your mind, why in the world would somebody want to run for Congress? I know when I ran for city council, I was reluctant and hesitant. I'm not I am a politician now. I've just started saying that because it's true. But I'm not one who enjoys seeing my name up. I'm not one who doesn't have a life and needs to be a politician to have a life. I simply believe there are things happening that shouldn't happen, that should be challenged, and for some reason or another, I seem to be fairly good at that. I seem to be fairly good at saying no to things that are wrong and fighting for the things that are right. I have 2 grandchildren, and if you ask one reason why I'm running, I was supposed to have one of them with me today. I would point to my grandchildren above all else, because my grandchildren, like your children and grandchildren, are not going to have the same opportunities in America in their life that we have had in our life. Now, we weren't raised rich were we, Kimbo, Linda? No, we really weren't. We got excited about that new pair of shoes at the beginning of school, and you had to carry them through the balance of the school year. I vividly remember having 2 pairs of pants. One was a pair of blue jeans, the other was an ugly pair of pants that my dad picked up somewhere that I hated. And so I would wash my blue jeans every night. Do you remember that? Wash my blue jeans every night, wear them to school. They didn't dry overnight. So I'd wear them to school wet, and my mother would tell me, "You're going to have arthritis on your knees when you get old." Because, back then it was a little colder than now. They'd be so, I'd wear them damp, and by the time I got down to the bus stop, they'd be frozen, and I looked like the Tin Man. So we know what it's like not to have a lot, but we had something then that you don't see now. We had hope, and we had decent values. We had decent values. People looked out for people. Now, you had drunks, and you had people doing bad stuff, but you didn't have crime like you have now, and you didn't have drugs like you have now, and you didn't have people who had laid their values aside like you have now. We've drifted, and so the word hope is spelled with a small h for my grandchildren, whereas we knew that if we were willing to work hard enough and push and go for it, we could achieve things. They're looking out at a darker horizon. And that matters to me. Why is that happening? For lots of reasons. One of the biggest ones to me is the erosion of our value system. Now, I'm not a perfect man, never have been. I have a value system, I have principles, and I really try hard to live up to them. And one thing that I've always done well is I learn from my mistakes. And that's been important to me. It's taken me a while for the jello to gel, but I've come to understand that if you take values out of people, if you take values out of a country, it can't stand. We're not strong enough. And in my personal belief system, y'all may have a different one, but I'm a Christian, and I believe that we can't do it well without that guidance. It's just too hard. There's too many temptations, and if you believe in evil, there's a force out there that's tugging at all of us, trying to pull us down. And I believe we should fight that. Now, evil comes at us in all kinds of ways, and one of the best ones is through government. Promises of something for nothing. You know what I'm supposed to do as a politician, don't you? And by the way, I know what you're thinking. He said he was joking about an hour and a half. He may be telling the truth. You know what I'm supposed to do as a politician, don't you? I'm supposed to make lots of promises. Tell me what you want, and I'll get it for you. You want free health care for everybody? I'll get that for you. If you want us to double your Social Security benefits, I'll get that for you. Do you need a free car? We'll see if we can work on that for you. Somebody said they want a Krispy Kreme donut place out here. We'll work on that for you. But that's all a bunch of nonsense, because it's the easiest thing in the world is to promise. And you notice what happens with politicians. While they're running, they smile at you. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear. But when they get up there, they do something else.